Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the Werk Show, where all we do is talk about work. I am your host, Trey Tuck. What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's doing good. As most of you guys know, I'm sorry. Welcome to episode 29 of the Werk Show. I gotta definitely start announcing episodes just because I'm getting a little bit up there, which is great. Um, but how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's week has been good. Um, everybody's week's been good. Took a minor hiatus, but we got some work to do. We got some stuff to get done. Still trying to figure out with my schedule what days I can officially do the work show, so I can create a essentially like a what's the word? It's like a like I have like a intro and all that stuff that has the date, time, things of that nature. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, what I'm banking on, um, and what I'll be moving towards. But other than that, man, I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody's been in good spirits. Just to kind of give um opening to how my week has been. My week has been great. Found out some great news, um, great personal news, I should say, about myself. So for the past, I don't know, probably like 2, 3 months, I've been going in and out of doctor's appointments to figure out like if there was something wrong with me because I had a a minor scare. I don't even want to call it like a real time scare because it really wasn't like, but I wanted to just check and make sure that everything was good with me. Um, I haven't been anti health or anti like doctors. I just wasn't going. So um, took it upon myself to do it. Ran a lot of tests, spent a lot of money, but it was worth it. I think the most important part that people don't really understand about going to the doctors, you might be, healthy as you can be, but there's things that are happening inside your body that you might not know how to handle, or, you might not know what's wrong because you're not a doctor. You know what I'm saying? So I think when people kind of use that as an excuse not to go, it's a good excuse, but at the same time, it's like there's nothing wrong with having health insurance and checking it. So that's like your daily note of the day. Physical note, mental health is good. Everything is good. Been working on some new things. Um, I have a show coming up next Sunday. Uh, Shout out to PA and everybody. It's in Hamden, Connecticut. Definitely come check it out if you don't got nothing else to do. It's from 3 to 9. It's a day show because the next day is President's Day and most people don't have work that day. So definitely come out and support if you haven't. But just something to keep in mind. But other than that, my mental's been good. Everything's been great. So excuse me. As we continue to navigate through these podcast episodes to figure out our rhythm, let's get it going. Thank you to all the people that are sticking around. I'm gonna try to not say as much. Definitely working on it, but we're gonna keep powering through. Almost episode 30. By the time we get to 50, I think we'll hit a nice little rhythm. So, without further ado, let's get it started. So, first things up. First things first. What we got going on? Everybody's doing it, so we're just gonna cover it. First things first. We have the motherfucking Super Bowl coming up, man. The Super Bowl is here. The Super Bowl is here. The Super Bowl is here. Um, Such a beautiful thing, right? Like, I think this is probably the best part of. Well, I mean, it's the best part and the worst part, right? Like because as they say, all good things come to an end at some point. So you're kind of you're kind. I don't want to call it sad, but it's kind of like you know we're coming to an end with um the football season, and as we recap on the season, as all you know, I'm a Cowboys fan. Cowboys didn't do that great this year, but I will tell you, it was a lot of great football being played, so I can't even really be mad about it. I just enjoyed the season. I enjoyed gambling on it. I just enjoyed everything about how the season was played this year. It was a lot more integrity, a lot more fight. It wasn't people just kind of giving up to one team. Next year, I think it's going to be even better. We had some great rookies. The NFL honors happened. So Matt Stafford ended up being the MVP. Offensive Player of the Year was Jackson Smith and Jigba. Offensive Rookie of the Year was, I don't even remember actually. I'm not too sure. I'll look that one up. But I know Defensive Player of the Year, I believe was Myles Garrett. Let me get this list real quick. I'm sorry. Might as well get it while I'm here. Let's see. All right. NFL honors. What I do know is I do know that Mike Vrabel won Coach of the Year, which he was well deserved. He took a team that was like 3 and whatever to being in the Super Bowl a year later. You would have to be in contention for that, right? Like, and even just for that, like, you get a nice round of applause. That's beautiful. I'm not even a Patriots fan, but that success story is so crazy. Like, Sunday's game is gonna be super dope. But here's the NFL honors based on the event that was had at February 5th. So AP Most Valuable Player was Matt Stafford. AP Offensive Player was Jackson Smith and Jigba. Defensive Player of the Year was Myles Garrett, of course. Offensive Rookie of the Year was Tedero McMillan of the Carolina Panthers. Defensive Rookie of the Year was Carson Schlesinger of the Cleveland Browns. Comeback Player of the Year was Christian McCaffrey, which I think he was hurt last year. Assistant Coach of the Year was Josh McDaniels, and Head Coach of the Year was Mike Vrabel. And then they got a couple other ones. The Jim Brown Award, Deacon Jones Sack Award, Walter Payton Award was Bobby Wagner, NFL Man of the Year. He shouted out P.G. Lang and Kendrick Lamar, so that was cool. But predictions, what I think for Sunday, right? What I think is going to happen, and this is going to be Trey's play of the day. So what I think is going to happen this Sunday, I think that the Patriots are going to cover the spread of 4.5. That's the first thing. I'm skeptical of knowing if the game is going to be high scoring. I don't know. What I do know is that it's going to be nice weather. So that always plays into it. I think Drake May and the boys are going to be able to air it out a little differently. And also just thinking about Sam Darnold and how Sam Darnold is and how Sam Darnold throws the ball and who his receiver is with Jackson Smith and Jigba. You just heard that he's the Offensive Player of the Year. So he's definitely going to be getting the ball. Steph Diggs definitely going to be getting the ball. I don't think it's going to be a shootout, but I do think it's going to be a very good game. So I'm guessing it's going to be an under. I think the spread is 45.5 points. I could see it being 21-20, 21-30, 24-21. I can't see them really putting like shootout points, especially because they'll both be coming off of a 2-week bye, which normally teams are a little bit more rusty when they get back into the swing of it. I'm sure both are going to be ready to play, but this is going to be an exciting Super Bowl. So let's go back to our article here. What we got here. So we have all right, so it says predictions. Super Bowl Sunday is expected to see a record-setting, this is for gambling purposes, 1.76 billion wagered with sportsbooks, embodied loosely restrictions, regulators, newer bettors, prediction markets. Prediction markets is pretty cool. It's like you're buying. We'll get into that a little bit later, but you're essentially buying like I don't even know, like a price point, and you could sell it. It's not necessarily gambling. The dude who explained it, I forgot his name, but I was watching the interview, and he was saying the reason why prediction markets are growing is because the people that are behind it don't have an invested interest. So when you think about, Vegas, right? Vegas has an invested interest with they're sports books. They want to win. The house always wins, right? So actually, it was this dude talking right now on the screen. I don't know if you can see him, but he was on the screen. He was interviewing with Rashad from Earn Your Leisure, and they were talking about sports betting, sports prediction markets. But I'll just read it. Prediction markets have emerged in recent years as a platform to place investments on the answer to the dizzy array of unknowns, including wagers on outcomes relating to Sunday's big game. You could also wager on whatever. You could wager on weather. You could wager on who you think the next president is going to be. You could wager on. It's kind of crazy that you can really bet on. They're calling it wagering. They're calling it prediction markets, but you're really gambling on what you think is going to be next. There was one floating on the internet that was talking about how you could predict to see if Jesus of Nazareth is going to return in 2026. And someone put $10,000 down that they win it, and they would if cross your T's and dot your I's. If Jesus doesn't return this year, that person would have made a $4,000 profit off of that. So these prediction markets are getting out of hand. They're literally, I was going through it today because I was on Robinhood, and it was talking about how you could predict that one is busting. You could predict the weather for New York, the weather for LA, what it's gonna be. Is over 75. Like it's crazy. I don't know if this is a good sign of things to come, or we're just gonna turn everybody into gamblers. And I know that, in my opinion, prediction markets are just like a sexier way to advertise gambling to people who are in the stocks and crypto. It's not like your average person. Your average person who looks at a prediction market, if you don't study it, you're going to think that it's the same as sports books. So they're like they're doing their thing to capture both sides of it. It's kind of crazy, but let's keep reading. Two of the largest prediction markets, Kalshi and Polymarket, once were targets of federal enforcement actions under the Biden administration. But a decision last week from the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, an obscure federal agency that oversees the burgeoning field, could give them a chance at a major payout come Sunday. In a statement last week, agency chair Michael Selig announces the commission will move away from its 2024 rule proposal, which sought to prohibit political and sports-related contracts. That's what they are. They're contracts. They're contracts. Instead, he said the agency would draft clear rules and a clear understanding that the federal government supports lawful innovation in these markets. So, under the Biden administration, this was not a thing, and this is kind of crazy when you really think about it, right? Let me back out of this real quick. This is kind of crazy when you think about it, because what you're saying is they already talk about how people feel elections can be swayed. And so basically what you're saying is we're going to allow these prediction markets to happen. And guess what happens in prediction markets? People manipulate them, whether they're sports books or whatever the case is. People who are in the know can manipulate how it's going. And then essentially you can swing it to your favor. That's no different to me than not being able to gamble on UConn and Connecticut because they feel like you might have access to the players and you might be able to force their hands, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Very interesting. That's where we're going. But as far as the Super Bowl game goes, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be a 4-point spread, and I'm taking the Patriots to win. I'm taking the Patriots to win. I hope everybody who's listening to me is taking the Patriots to win. I don't see how they don't win. It's kind of crazy that I'm rooting for them because the fans are nuts. But the one thing that I'm realizing is it's like in sports, for those who are listening, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I love sports, though. In sports, right, you need to find a narrative, a story. The last 2 weeks, it was just about the Patriots not being good enough. The Patriots this, the Seahawks defense is that. Bill Belichick doesn't become a first ballot Hall of Famer. That's fine. Robert Kraft don't become a first ballot Hall of Famer, which is crazy. Now we're getting into something that's a little different. So I think they're going to be having something to play for. And like they say, history repeats itself. The Seahawks and the Patriots played 10 years ago or whatever it was. Patriots were supposed to lose that game. But because of the mistakes that the quarterback made, a.k.a. Russ Wilson, which probably is going to be Sam Darnold, something's going to happen where the Patriots are going to be in position to win this game based off of a Sam Darnold error. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. That's what I think. But either or, it's going to be a great game. I'm like looking forward to it. On another note, we're going to get into what most people are talking about, and that is the Bad Bunny halftime show, the Bonito Bowl, as other people have advertised it. For those that aren't interested in sports at all, the Bonito Bowl, sorry guys, a.k.a. Bad Bunny, will be performing at halftime. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this again, just because, like, we have to do better in the American public school system, right? We just have to do better, yo. We just have to do better, right? Reason why I said we have to do better is because there's a lot of people that are boycotting. I'm just be clear with it. The MAGA hive is boycotting the Super Bowl halftime show because it's in Spanish, because they're racist, and because they don't understand geography, right? They don't even know that, like, Puerto Rico is an American colony. Puerto Rico is a part of America. Needless to say, it's not a state. It's part of America, though. So if you go to Puerto Rico, you fly to Puerto Rico, you don't need a passport. You want to know why? Because it's a part of America. All right. Don't quote. I don't know. Let me give you the actual facts. Hold on. Give me 1 second. For those who don't know, let's just here we go, right here. ChatGPT. It's a territory, excuse me. Let's read it together so we can know that this is a part of our heritage, right? Puerto Rico is an unincorporated territory of the United States located in the Caribbean, acquired in 1898 after the Spanish-American War. So this is after the Spanish-American War. It acts as a self-governing commonwealth where residents are U.S. citizens but cannot vote for the president and lack voting representation in Congress. So that says it is a part of America. All right. We acquired it back in 1898. It's kind of like people don't even know that, though, because they're boycotting it because they feel like it's the right thing to do. ICE deportation. ICE is going to be in San Francisco trying to deport the people of ICE. I mean, the people who are there that are illegal immigrants. News fucking flash. To get nosebleed tickets, it's over $4,000. All right. Do you think somebody who is an illegal immigrant is going to risk their fucking citizenship to go to a fucking Super Bowl when they could just watch the shit at home? Doesn't make any sense, but I will tell you this, right? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to look directly in the camera. This is what's going to happen. After the Super Bowl, right? After the Bad Bunny performance, after the Super Bowl, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get a report from your U.S. government that's going to tell you about how many immigrants they got at the Super Bowl. I'm here to tell you it's a lie. You want to know why? Because even though San Francisco is home of many immigrants, home of many Latin people, nobody's going to the fucking Super Bowl when the tickets is $3,000, let alone a regular game. We got to do better as an American society to understand I'm a little buzzed. Geography, to understand that people are not going, and geometry. Fuck it, it's math. I'm not going to these fucking places. I'm not doing that if I'm gonna risk my citizenship being taken. But that's probably what's gonna happen. But let's get a little quick snippet of this Bad
The
Bunny
mo-
interview.
I come from Puerto Rico. There's a huge sport culture there: baseball, boxing, basketball, um, a lot of sport. Actually, we have a football player playing at the Super Bowl from Puerto Rico. So yeah, I grew up watching sport, playing sport, very bad, but I love sport. So yeah, always that is actually is one of my favorite like combination, like sport with music is where I really feel like I don't know. There's something that
Also, I also would like to note that there was a huge fucking line. Let me see if I can find that shit, bro. This nigga is a superstar, bro, and I don't think the people that are like boycotting this shit really understand that. Watch this. This shit is so crazy. Let me see. Journalist lines up for the Bad Bunny concert. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
The media center right now. It is 8 a.m., so we're 2 hours out from the Bad Bunny press conference, and this is the line. I mean, there are events all week, of course, but nothing quite like this when it comes to media coverage. The doors haven't even opened up yet, and this is the line. I'm here in the media center right now. It is 8 a.m., so we're 2 hours out from the Bad Bunny press conference.
Bro, that shit is packed. You know why? Because he's a fucking icon. I had an argument. Well, it wasn't even an argument. It was just more of a, I don't know, a fucking conversation I was having with this dude, and he was trying to explain to me why. He was trying to ask me why. He was like, "Hey, man, is he really that like fucking popular?" And I'm like, "Dog, just because you don't listen to him don't mean he's not a fucking star." I had this conversation with a friend of mine. Yo, just because y'all don't listen to him, never heard him because you're not in the places where the music's being played, it does not mean that he's not a fucking star. And I was saying this like 3 years ago. So fast forward to the Super Bowl, he's had the number one hit. He does stadium tours. He does it internationally because why? Because America is probably the only place that speaks one language. Like it holds multiple languages, but most places in other countries have Latin roots. You go South America, you know what I'm saying? You go to it's just you go to Spain, there's a lot of shit that speak a lot of countries that speak Spanish. You go to Portugal where Portuguese is close in proximity to Spanish. So like people don't understand that shit, and I get it. Like if you never did it, you would never know. But you just got to know when you're in front of a fucking star, right? Like
make me feel passionate about that. So yeah,
We've had the opportunity.
all my career and also personally. But since I dropped my first album, it's been like a progress, like a lessons, and it's been a beautiful and tough journey. Um, but I never looking for my
oh, also the nigga has his own shoe line and he has his own clothing line with Adidas. Shit like that don't happen for regular motherfuckers, bro. Fast forward to regular motherfuckers. So this is yo, I'm laughing, bro. This is fucking funny, yo. Oh man, look at so it's so bad, bro. Like hate is such a strong commodity because it's like we're not it's like we don't want Bad Bunny, so we'll go get Kid Rock. Like let's be honest, y'all. Kid Rock don't got no slap. He might have one slap. Kid Rock has one slap. He has one white slap. Kid Rock does. Y'all could have went with y'all could have went with anybody else to represent the alternative concert to the fucking Super Bowl, but you went with Kid Rock, who's talking about, you know what? Let's just play the clip. Let's hear what your president has to say.
Friend of mine, Kid Rock,
Kid Rock.
sometimes referred to as Bob. I know him as Bob, but he's been a
Look at
good
this
friend for a
fucking
long
buffoon.
time, many years, and he's been after.
This is the shit they was worried about with black people, bro. Like this is pure niggadry right here. This is a niggadry outfit. Like you're in the fucking White House wearing a all red stupid ass suit, $250 on it. It looks ridiculous. With a dumbass fedora on and sunshades. What happened to niggas wearing suits in the White House? This is the shit that they was talking about what niggas was going to be doing. They get in there, they're going to put basketball hoops up, barbecues on the lawn. Like, this shit looks ghetto, bro. This is a ghetto outfit. This is a real ghetto outfit, bro. I'm sorry.
Adobe Acrobat Studio
I'm
is
so
all new.
sorry, bro. This shit is terrible. It's terrible. And we endorse this shit. I don't even know why I can't even fucking my screen is freezing because of this shit. It's so whack. Whack ass outfit. Let me get off this shit, man. This shit is so whack, bro. That's what they wanted was Kid Rock. I gotta read the article though, so bear with me. Fucking Kid Rock. You kidding me? Oh, there it is. Where is the fucking Kid Rock? Here it is though. Trump calls Kid Rock Bob after rapper. He's not a rapper either. Like, let's get that clear. I don't even know why they're putting that on him. Independent. Y'all need to do better than that. Rock the Country. Kid Rock's country music festival that critics have labeled a MAGA fest has been canceled in South Carolina after a string of artists have dropped out. The multi-city festival was scheduled. Let me show you guys now. I'll fix the screen. Fucking Kid Rock, bro. I don't know what year this is where Kid Rock is the alternative to Bad Bunny. What the fuck are we doing, yo? Anyways, I'm gonna read it to y'all just so y'all can see it. See this bullshit. Kid Rock's the multi-city festival was scheduled to run for 2 days per venue in 8 U.S. states from May 1st to September 21st. However, its stop in Anderson, South Carolina, which was scheduled for July 25th, will no longer take place. Anderson County has been proud to host the Rock the Country for the past 2 years. The event has a huge success, draws tens of millions, blah, 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 blah. We are disappointed that the Rock Country will not return to Anderson this year. You know why it's canceled? I can't believe Ludacris was even on this shit. Like, what the fuck was he thinking? He dropped out, but like, Ludacris, what the fuck are we doing, bro? Like, this is crazy. The ban statement came after rapper Ludacris dropped off of the bill. A representative for the rapper told Rolling Stone at the time there had been a mix-up and that lines got crossed and he wasn't supposed to be on there. Likewise, country musician Morgan Wade, Carter Faith, and the inspired rock band Creed quietly dropped off the bill. Independent its founder, Kid Rock, has courted criticism for empathetic support. Rock is also set to headline the Right Wing's organization. Meanwhile, Rock's 2001 Cool Daddy Cool, which contains several unsavory lyrics, have surfaced ahead of his performance. Let's see what those unsavory lyrics are. Let's see what those unsavory lyrics are.
On Friday, TurboTax was beyond what I thought it would be.
This should be going full screen on your boy, huh?
And America made all the difference.
Where I said,
I do not want full screen. What the fuck is all this? All right, anyways, let's see. Oh, here we go.
Oh, it sounds like you had to run the plans by the Secret Service, and they said no fireworks and no girls on poles. And then your phone started ringing, and who was it?
Yeah, Friday morning, I got a call from the president and Melania, and it's kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I've tried to leave him alone. I've got a lot on his plate, I would think, right now, and to find the time to call and shoot the junk with me. But yeah, he got a call and he goes, "Did the Secret Service really tell you you can't use strippers?" I'm like, "No, sir. I was just joking around."
Fucking Kid Rock. Sit down, bro. Sit down. Fucking Kid Rock. Of course, it's very suiting that the president will be friends with this guy. I want to see those unsavory lyrics. A thread posted highlights of the song. Young ladies. I like them. Let me preface this before I even go into this. These are not my words. This was the alternative to Bad Bunny. All right? Remember that I told you that. These are Kid Rock lyrics, and I quote, young ladies, I like them underage. See, some say that's statutory, but I say it's mandatory. The lyrics in question is performed in the Kid Rock song by rapper Joey C, who died in 2000 before its official release. This makes me want to kind of dig deeper and figure out the motherfucking lyrics of the song. Hold on. This shit make me want to find them now at this point. I don't know why I could do this, but I can't share it. That's weird. All right, let's see what we got here. What is it called? What's the song called? The song called is Cool Daddy Cool. Cool Daddy Cool by Kid Rock. I'm gonna do a quick Kid Rock lyric breakdown. Here we go. Oh, here we go. All right. Let's see. We got it right here. Hot and fresh. Never thought you'd be going through some Kid Rock lyrics, did you? Welcome to the motherfucking Werk Show. Here we go. Joey C, verse 1. See me cruising in my caddy. Hoes, they like to call me daddy. Cool while I'm styling. Just rolling on the island. Now, just in case I pack heat, keep a case of brew in my back seat. Got a pocket full of cash. Hey, got a fatty in my ashtray. Pause. Pause, nigga. What the fuck? Weird ass niggas, man. Let's find Kid Rock. Here we go. This is how lame these niggas were. Macking to this fat beat. Bass pushing through my back seat. You know I got that gangsta lean. Hoes, they all adore me. I stopped, they all swarm me. To check out all my fly gold rings. They treat me like I'm the mayor. Cause I'm the big player. Macking all the honeys up in here, D baby. You know I do. Grubbing on some pork rinds. Kicking out them sex rhymes. Everybody wants to be my friend. But I can't be your friend, no. Unless you got some endo to smoke. I ain't no joke. All right, here we go. Now, some people say my mind's blown. Where the fuck is the lyrics? Hold on. Oh, here it is. Now, some people say my mind's blown. I'm cooling like a white snow cone. On my cell phone, I'm paid, G. Can't call me, just page me. Young ladies, I like them. And see, some say that's statutory. But I say it's mandatory. My story ain't that complex. 240s in a Rolex. Let's see what the breakdown of the lyrics is here. In this lyric, Kid Rock raps about his love for underage girls and statutory rape. It's also a double entendre because the song was featured in a kids movie. Huh? Whoa. I feel uncomfortable now. I feel uncomfortable. Let me read that again. This Cool Daddy Cool lyric was featured in a kids movie, and Kid Rock doing a song for it just shows how much he loves children. What fucking movie was this shit in? Hold on, man. I ain't expect to spend this much time on this shit. Hold on. This might ruin my childhood. Osmosis Jones. Oh God. It doesn't help that. Let me get out of here. But yeah, man, Kid Rock, man, controversial. He's the next great American rapper. Good luck watching that lame ass fucking shit. For those people who are gonna watch the Kid Rock special, that shit is gonna be whack as fuck. Good luck, guys. Hope you all enjoy it. Anyways, let's go back to what we came here for. We're gonna move forward. Some quick tech and some quick news, some global news we got. I'm gonna go tech first because the next thing is kind of sad, and I've been hearing about it, but I didn't really know what was going on until I knew what was going on. So I think people will get a kick out of this though. So essentially, Waymo is a bunch of frauds. If you don't know who Waymo is the company that has autonomous. They have created an autonomous car. Waymo has had videos of drivers. There was a Waymo video that I saw so long ago that the Waymo car was just driving around in the fucking parking lot of the airport, like. So Waymo essentially is like an autonomous vehicle. So you order it similar to an Uber, it pulls up, but there's nobody in the car. It's supposed to just function off of AI, and it drives you to your destination. There's nobody in the car. The wheels turning by itself. Like, that's what Waymo is. It's big out west, especially in places like Arizona, California. Excuse me. I don't think they could ever do Waymo in New York because it's just too busy. But it's out there, Atlanta, places that are very big on tech. But there's always a fucking but, right? There's always a but. Let me see. Waymo. So there was a video that kind of piqued my interest, and it was about Waymo and self-autonomous cars, but I'm going to read this little bit of article first. So Waymo's exec reveals company uses remote workers in the Philippines to assist with autonomous vehicles. So these are not autonomous vehicles. Autonomous means by itself. The company's chief safety officer testified before lawmakers on Wednesday. So that's who it was. Less than 2 weeks after a child was hit by a Waymo vehicle. So here's what you need to know before I show you the video. An executive at Waymo has revealed the company uses remote operators located in the Philippines to assist autonomous vehicles in the U.S. So these are like fucking people controlling RC cars all the way in the fucking Philippines. Crazy. Information was shared at a hearing. The hearing comes 2 weeks, after Santa Monica, the child was hit. So an executive at Waymo admitted to lawmakers that the company uses remote employees in the Philippines to navigate difficult driving scenarios. So to be clear, it's not all times, but it's assisted at this point. They held a hearing, transportation held a hearing regarding autonomous vehicles. The hearing included witness testimonies from an executive at Tesla. So we're going to play the video now. And before I play the video, I like to give my opinion on self-driving autonomous cars. I think it's dope. I would think it's dope if it actually was what it was, and it's been regulated for a certain amount of time. I'm not one of those people that are scared of what tech can bring to us. I think it could be used well, and I also think that it helps that I watched a what the hell is his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson interview, and he was giving an explanation about AI and how it's used and things of that nature. That put me at ease because it made me realize like AI isn't this thing that it's this thing that can get out of control, but it really can't create anything new yet. Everything that it is creating is based off of what it has experienced. It doesn't create something that hasn't been invented yet, which is great. So needless to say, I thought that was pretty interesting, and that kind of put me at ease with how I feel about AI, but I use that shit all the time, and we all use assistive technology and artificial intelligence. We use that with dishwashers, we use that with microwaves, we use that with fucking washers and dryers. Like, we use it with those autonomous robots that clean people's houses. We use it with a lot of shit. So nothing to kind of be scared of, but I think what scares people is seeing things that look like they're out of control or can be out of control. So, for example, if I got into a car and it was driving by itself, I'd be spooked out the first couple times. But I would enjoy it because I think that's kind of the future. But it seems like that is not the case here with Waymo, and they were called out for it, called out by it. This is the whole C-SPAN interview. I don't want to see this whole shit. Where the fuck is the... Show me the clips. Here we go. Just the whole testimony. Guess they don't have the clip. Let's read it then. There are no... Here we go. So I'm on CBS News right now. This is about the incident of the child. I'm trying to spark note it real quick. Washington top execs, Congress, fully autonomous. Here we go. We'll pull from here. Fully autonomous vehicles offer the potential to reduce crashes on the roads, but we have seen the risk of letting companies beta test on our roads with no guardrails. Seems like that's the initial issue that people have. Last month, the National Transportation Safety Board announced it's open an investigation into Waymo robot taxis passing and failing to yield to school buses. I've seen that before. And then it struck a child. So Waymo previously said it identified a software issue and launched an update in November to address the issue, but since has received multiple violations. Oh, here it is.
Created many changes to our software to dramatically improve our performance.
Last month, a Waymo in Santa Monica hit a young girl who the company says darted out from behind a parked car.
And that's the one thing that you're going to hear me consistently saying I watched the video and not know the reference or remember the reference, but I promise you I'm not pulling this shit out of my ass. So, like, I watched the video where this guy was breaking down how perfect these cars are, and they don't account for the things that we account for as humans. So him even saying like the girl darted out from the back of
slammed on its
like the girl darted out from the back of something, like you don't account for that shit. And even like if you're watching on video or you're just listening, there's examples of a bunch of Waymo drivers just going past bus signs or not stopping when they're supposed to be stopping. Like there's a lot of examples of that, and I think we don't really realize that when you make something through tech, like the shit be so perfect that we don't understand that perfect is not normal. And if you're putting that on a road with people that aren't perfect, you can't necessarily account for some of the things that humans do because it's not a human program. It's based off of perfection. And I think that's pretty cool, but also it could be detrimental. So, where the hell's this article at? I mean, this video not loading. Let me restart it. Hold on. Because I think it's important to see it if you're watching, you know. No, you can remind me later. Remind me later. Damn, the video's all gone then, huh? Well, I tried, y'all. I tried. Oh, this is it right here. Never mind. But yeah, once this commercial is over, we'll see. But yeah, let me keep reading while this is going. There we go.
About that today for Waymo and Tesla executives after some close calls on the roads and as the technology continues to expand. Waymo operates robo-taxis in 6 U.S. cities already with plans to expand to at least 10 more.
I
Here's
want to
senior
know the cities
transportation
too.
correspondent
That'd be
Chris
good
Van Cleef.
information to have.
We will run to the parade. You've seen the viral videos.
Yeah,
Self-driving
look,
cars
just-
not following the
They don't
rules of the
know.
road. This Waymo in Phoenix ended up on the tracks of the city's
They
light
don't
rail.
know.
And in Austin, the autonomous robo-taxis have racked up at least 24 tickets for not yielding to school buses, prompting questions from lawmakers for Waymo's head of safety.
We have already incorporated many changes to our software
Blame it on the Spanish
to
nigga. That's
dramatically
fucked
improve
up.
our performance.
Last month, a Waymo in Santa Monica hit a young girl who the company says darted out from behind a parked car. The Waymo slammed on its brakes. She suffered minor injuries.
We found that the Waymo driver would have responded faster than our models of an attentive human driver.
Tuesday, Senator Ed Markey sent letters to 7 autonomous vehicle companies demanding answers about safety and oversight.
We need more honesty from the industry.
The Massachusetts Democrat is pushing 2 measures, one requiring more transparency and another requiring
I
companies
agree with that because it's like if you're gonna have these self-driving cars on the street and people, the lawmakers and the people who conduct law don't know what the fuck the protocols are, like that you have to be more transparent. Like that can't happen because how the fuck do you police it? You can't pull over a Waymo driver, right? And do you like do you arrest the nigga in the back seat? Like get out. Like that shit don't make no sense.
certify their vehicles as safe.
Certify where the vehicle can be driven safely so that there is a standard which has been established that the company will then be accountable for.
Currently, self-driving cars are largely regulated by a patchwork of state laws. Senate Commerce Committee Chairman Ted Cruz says that needs to change.
If we want to be able to develop this technology in a way that maximizes safety, that protects the most human lives, it makes a lot of sense for there to be a uniform federal standard rather than 50 conflicting standards at the state level.
Tesla and Waymo have aggressive expansion plans, but warn every year China becomes a bigger and bigger competitor. Waymo says its self-driving vehicles like the one we're in are 10 times less likely to be involved in a serious injury.
What happens if like he just gets into a fucking accident and it like
Accident than a human driver? Tony?
And it successfully stopped right there. Chris, thank you very much.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Let me know how you guys feel about that. I think I feel like that's an interesting topic. And I don't know. A lot of people aren't for it. Some people are for it. I'm for innovation, but you know, when it comes to humans, you have to innovate slowly because we don't really take it well. But just something to kind of think about. So we got a couple more topics, and we're gonna get to news, right? So let's get to some news. This news has been sweeping the nation, and if I'm being 100% honest with you, I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know what this was even about, right? So there's a lot of conspiracy theories, but I'm just going to read the article, some of it, and we're just going to wish, you know, that the mother is fine, right? So police investigating a new message. So whoever... Let's go back. So Savannah Guthrie, she's a news anchor at a local TV station. I'm sorry, she's the mother of a U.S. news presenter, right? And for some odd reason, it just seems like they took her mom, and I don't know I don't really know how to explain it. I don't know why they took her mom. I don't really know what the reasoning behind it was. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can find. You know what? I'm just going to read the article. Police investigating a new message sent to a local TV station that might be linked to the suspected abduction of the mother of the U.S. news presenter Savannah Guthrie. Authorities on Friday said that they were aware of the new message regarding Nancy Guthrie, who was her mother. They are inspecting the information. They are inspecting the information provided in the message for its accuracy. The Pima County Sheriff's Office said investigators had returned to conduct follow-ups at Nancy's home. I remember reading they had found blood. and the FBI is investigating at this point. Let's watch
Welcome
this
to
little video.
Inspired
I'm gonna keep reading while it's loading. The FBI and the Pima County Sheriff's Department did not specify in their statement who received the latest notes, but it seems like whoever has taken her mother is sending notes to the news station. The shit is like spooky. Like this is so weird. But let's listen.
As a family, we are doing everything that we can.
We believe now, after we process that crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime, and we're asking the community's help. We don't know where she is, so we're
the police have no leads.
Start from the point of
they saw that she had entered a home. The Ring camera went out, and then I forgot what it was. I don't want to mistalk, so I'm not gonna say it.
Where we last saw her, and
I'm getting better, y'all. I'm learning how to pod. I'm getting better.
As far out as we can go.
It's very bizarre. This is a very safe neighborhood. First thing that comes to my mind is that this probably is not it's going to be a good outcome. It's a tragic situation, or it certainly appears to be so.
What is happening is heart-wrenching, and this community needed this. A lot of people are feeling kind of helpless right now.
On behalf of our family, we want to thank all of you for the prayers for our beloved mom, Nancy. We too have heard the reports about a ransom letter in the media. As a family, we are doing everything that we can. We are ready to talk.
And we're going to start today by announcing a $50,000 reward for information.
This shit is just sad. I'm only playing it because like I'll let it finish and I'll tell you the reason why I'm playing it.
The recovery of Nancy Guthrie and or the arrest and conviction of anyone involved in her disappearance.
Whoever is out there holding our mother, we want to hear from you. We haven't heard anything directly. We need you to reach out, and we need a way to communicate with you so we can move forward.
So I guess the reason why I'm playing it is because the moral of this is to realize that life is precious, and you never know when something bad's gonna happen. You never know when something is going to happen in general. And it's important to cherish those moments. I hope that the mother is returned safely. I hope she's alive. And, you know, this is the stuff you see in like movies. And people get a kick out of it. But when it happens in real life, it's not really necessary for people to come up with conspiracies and this, that, and the third. Most important part is bringing whoever the loved person is home. And you know, on the internet, like there's always stories and there's this, but she did this and she's a part of this. She's doing like, it's just nasty. Like, I guess as humans, we got to do a little bit better. We have to we have to have a lot more empathy than we do, because when people are on the internet, and I understand the internet's not real, but when people are on the internet and they're saying these things that are hurtful and don't have a clue and don't have a sense of empathy, when that happens to them, they want all the empathy and time and shit in the world, and it don't work like that. Like, if you're gonna ask for it, you have to give it out. You know, you understand what I'm saying? If you're gonna ask for it, you have to give it. So just when things go bad for you is not when you have to start feeling and understanding. Like the point I'm making is, we need to do a little bit better when it comes to how we address these things and feel for these people. This is not a movie. Like, this is somebody's real life, somebody's mother being captured and captive, and nobody knows what the fuck is going on. It's just like one of those things. So my prayers go out to her, and I hope she's found, and I hope she's safe. Just reading that was just crazy. And I kept seeing it in the news, and I felt like I needed to announce it, but I didn't really know how, and I haven't done a lot of research on it to really figure it out. So I just want to kind of speak of it in that manner, just to have a lot more grace for people. So my thoughts and prayers go out to her and her family, and I hope she's found. I hope she's found. It's not an easy way to pivot from that, other than being frustrated. So, guys, I'm officially done with gambling on the NBA. I'm done, yo. I gambled on the NBA last night. I had a lock, yo. I had a sure lock. When I don't say that to be like, oh well, I had a fucking lock, bro. And I thought it was just me, but it wasn't. I thought it was just me. I watched the Kings play, bro. First of all, I started with the Knicks and the Pistons. The Knicks got beat by like 40 points. All right? This is a 1 playing a 3 seed. Knicks got blown the fuck out. So I had Asar Thompson getting 4 rebounds. He didn't even have to play in the fourth quarter. You hear me? He didn't have to play in the fourth quarter. But I started watching the Kings play the Clippers. Bro, I don't know what kind of lawsuit I'm going to take out in the future, but I watched that head coach for the Kings pull every fucking starter in the third quarter in a game that ended up being a 3-point game. It was close the whole time. You don't believe me? All right, bet. And the crazy thing is, I'm thinking this. Like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I needed Zach LaVine to score 15 points. This nigga's a 20-a-night person. I needed him to score 15 points. He scored 6. Russell Westbrook needed him to score 10 points. He scored 6. And none of them played in the second half. They played 2 minutes or some shit like that in the second half. Watch this. You think I'm lying? Watch this. Because I thought it was just me. And I was like, okay, well, if it's just me, then, you know, I'll take that on the chin. But watch this shit. I thought it was just me.
This last night was insider. I got to add a couple people to the parlay ban list. What we witnessed last night was insider trading. Somebody on the inside is trading fucking information to Vegas and keeping it from the public. That's what they're doing. Because ain't no way these fucking starters is eating Popeyes by the fourth quarter. Every starter is getting rested, and we don't know. But Vegas know. And Vegas is keeping the fucking lines the same as if they're going to play the whole game. Exhibit A.
No, he's right. Because I even bet on live. I bet a live play. Go ahead, bro.
We get to the bottom of this shit today. The Sacramento Dairy Kings. SK selling cash. These are the starters' points. 12 points. 6 points. 5 points. 6 points. 6 points. What the fuck did I watch yesterday? In a game that was 114 to 111. These men are in their 20s. Why are we resting them like they my age? Hope, that's what you get paid to do. They talk about a back-to-back. I've been going to work for 6 days straight for 15 years. They can't play basketball 2 days in a row. Russell Westbrook is on the bench eating Mikey Nights with 6 points.
This was criminal, bro.
Hunter 0-8 from 3. I would rather have Craven than Hunter. I said I wasn't going to yell. The Grizzlies. The fucking Gummy Bears. 13 points, 15 points, 11 points, 13 points. I am watching grown men not be able to get 20 points in an NBA game. Dante Da Vinci Code, what's the secret? To go 2-10 from the field. I need to know.
Bro, this shit was so crazy, yo. Like, this is the real reason why. And this is even nastier. Like, this is even nastier, bro. This headline is so disgusting for those who don't know. Giannis Antetokounmpo joins Kalshi as a shareholder, marking a new venture for the NBA star. First of all, let me read a little bit. Milwaukee Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo has become a shareholder in Kalshi, which is a major prediction market, right? The internet is full of opinions. I decided it was my time to make my own. Kalshi said Antetokounmpo is the first basketball star to join the company's shareholder. This partnership includes help with live events and marketing. Bro, I don't. So I'm monotone. So it's real hard for me to like. I mean, there'll come a day where I need to scream on here, but I'm not gonna do it right now. Do you know how fucking crazy this shit is? Let me read this to y'all. Yo. Giannis, everyone is online. He's joining as a shareholder. Giannis Antetokounmpo made up a rumor that he would leave the Bucks, causing people to bet a total of $23 million on Kalshi. All right, $23 million on Kalshi about him being traded and unregulated gambling, and then he stays in Milwaukee and nobody wins. So you mean to tell me everybody was on Kalshi picking different places for him to go? Chicago, he's going to go to Miami. And this is a trend, right? Like, you're looking at it. I'm gonna pull it up. You're looking at it, right? People are looking to see, okay, well, stays is not 100%, right? So these are the different, I believe these are the different options. Boom, 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 boom. It was Chicago. It was whatever. For him to stay, nigga, $23 million went down the drain for everybody when he was projected to be traded. This is bad for sports, yo. This is bad for sports. You know why? Because the day that NBA players can be invested into things like DraftKings and all this other shit is the day that the game is no longer sacred. You should be out of the league to have a deal with the sports betting or prediction market. That makes no sense. Like, think about it. That's like signing a deal that competes directly with the deal you have. If I go online, all these NBA players have access to it. So if I go online, I have a partnership with this company, right? Like, let's just play it out. I have a partnership with DraftKings, and my projected line is 20. I hit 20 every night, no problem. Nigga, if I want the books to lose one, if I want the books to win and me to profit off of that profit, all I have to do is throw a game. And how the fuck could you tell that I'm shooting bad on purpose? You can't if I'm a good actor. It's bad, yo. So that whole Giannis trade shit, like where we thought he was going to a different team for the Bucks to exercise all this shit, man, file a fucking FBI investigation. File an FBI investigation, bro. That shit is so crazy when you really get down and thinking about it. It makes no sense how that's even possible, but it happened. And this is why I know, like, in like maybe 5 years, there's gonna be a big ass class action lawsuit over gambling and prediction markets because they're all cheating. It's terrible, yo. It's terrible. You know, you can attribute it to trolling, and that's kind of what he tried to act like he's doing, but like this shit is out of control, bro. This is out of control, bro. Kevin Durant is partnered with FanDuel. DraftKings is partnered with LeBron. Like, LeBron's doing commercials for DraftKings. Nigga, I thought you couldn't even... This shit it makes no sense, yo. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. That had me furious because I'm like, yo, I'm definitely going to win. There's no way I lose tonight. No way. 10 points? A nigga that gets 20 a night can't get 10 points? All right, man. Tough. I'm still learning how to pod, yo. I'm still learning. Let's wrap this shit up, man. Let's get to the end of it. So, for our How Can I Make This Work segment, where I go and help people and answer questions, whatever, I'm going to read what I got from Similar Cow 3229. Similar Cow says, I'm black and I don't like being called nigga by other black people. So here's his reasoning. So I kind of get triggered when someone calls me an N-word, a nigga, even if it's in a friendly way or my ninja type of way. I'm 29 and in the U.S. It's like people who are black don't know how to not use it. You have my name, you can refer to me as bro, etc. I also understand the word nigga can be multifaceted. When I tell someone I don't like to be referred to as nigga, specifically a black person. It should only be a black person, but let me keep reading. It's like they can't hear it, or I have to always justify the reason why I don't like being referred to as one. It's not because I'm not proud of my skin, which I very much am. It's just I don't like the word. Words are spells, but I can go on about that. I don't value using it as a Uno reverse card to what we were called. I can go into detail, but I'm not sure how to handle it. I just started not caring, but it's still upsetting if I tell someone being vulnerable to it's not embedded in their language. Like my reason why isn't valid. My reason why isn't valid or don't matter or no empathy. It's as if a whole, mostly, by the way, just not specific people. There are rare few who understand and can respect it because they have that emotional depth. However, I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure how to go about it anymore. I don't even know how wanted to structure this, so I'm typing it. All right, well, thank you for the submission. This is what I'm going to tell you as a black man myself. I completely get it, right? The N-word isn't meant to be used all the time, every day. The older you get, you start to understand that it's not necessary, but to get mad about it, it's a little fishy to me. Here's why. If people are using it as a term of endearment and you didn't grow up in a specific type of household, i.e. the church, because a lot of times church folk don't like to be called that word and they have that feeling towards it. You're 29, so you're kind of modern, you know. I don't really understand what the problem is. I get it if you're in public. I get it if it's somebody you don't know. I get it if it's used in a threatening manner. But if it's your friends and your people, you know, I'm educated. So I don't have a problem with people using the word. Now, if it's out of pocket, out of context, you have to check them. Yo, you don't got to use that word. Or, you know, I work with students, so I tell them, yo, you can't be using that word. Those are times and places where you want to exercise that right to tell somebody that. And listen, you can have your own reasoning for not wanting to be told that word, called that word. That's great. I think that's awesome. I think it comes with self-respect and all those wonderful things. So if it's something you don't like, then just make it clear. But you have to understand, you as a black man going around and it's Black History Month, somebody calls you that might be a term of endearment that they only knew since they was a child. That might be the only way they know how to express themselves. It doesn't mean you have to justify it, but it also means that you might have to do a little bit deeper digging to figure out why you actually don't like it. Words do have spells, but what spell are you casting when you use that word? You're saying you don't like to use it because as a Uno reverse card, that's great, but a lot of people are past that now. If you're asking me, when I say the word, I'm not even thinking about using it to take back my power. I'm not even using it. I'm not even thinking about it in that term. So you have to kind of do some self-reflection and figure out why you don't like it. Are you not proud of yourself? I know you said you are, but I'm black and I'm proud. So I would never feel insulted unless somebody's trying to use it in an insulting manner. One of those things where you just have to kind of do a little bit deeper digging with yourself. But I get not wanting to be called that. The reasoning is very vague. So to me, the reasoning screams, I don't like it. It makes me feel uncomfortable because I'm not comfortable with myself. That's what I would say. So needless to say, set your boundaries, do what you got to do, but people are still going to call you nigga. And it's just that simple. But thank you for the question. Anybody else that has questions, you can submit it to the Make It Work Reddit sub channel. Go ahead, drop in there, ask some questions, or you can email me at the Werk Show, or you can DM me on the Werk Show, or you can, whatever the case is, like you could do all that wonderful shit. So with that being said, I'm going to check out. Thank you all for listening. This is episode 29. And we just going to keep chugging through, man. We're going to keep chugging through. So peace and love to everybody. And I hope everybody has a great day, and root for the motherfucking Patriots. Never thought I'd say that shit. Terry. Peace out, y'all.